I didn't want to talk to you this morning. I was going to just ignore it and or blow it off. But I was absolutely fucking correct. In 2005, they arranged a drawdown of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. They farmed my ass back up to Chicago because at that time, what I understand is there was an election paradigm that was trying to use prostitution of teenage girls as some sort of hedging strategy. And the Democrats have had it for apparently the last 15 years. And the great thing is as I'm sure you know, when it comes to capital outlays on oil tankers, they usually have 15-year terms, right? So, what little 10-year-old vagina is being opened up right now to help a co directorship on the Senate level? See, the problem is that person allowed herself to create a partnership, a strategic partnership with a man that already just got death notices secured for 43 other people that supported him earlier in this year when they wanted to lean on military annuities. And now they're going through defense appropriations. They didn't kill me. And I don't know, really what more I can do because they're completely unreasonable. They just spent 10 years defaming me and torturing me while they let that man personally sexually exploit teenage girls through his wife. I watched it. I went to his office. I told him on site, hey, you need to take care of this because I'm tired of them confusing me and the person you say is your wife in order to do this shit. What happened? It's been over 3 years. They took all of my information and they turned it into almost the complete opposite of what I would have done with my own work. Do you know how many so called proposed pieces of legislation that man has thrown out there that were originally reports and items I hand delivered to his office in downtown Houston? And now he's going to take what was an actual conspiracy based on the sexual exploitation of teenage girls, and he's going to try to appropriate it to talk bad about Russia and Germany again. They're literally doing the same shit they did in 2010. Except that time they did it under the Affordable Care Act, and now they're doing it in the course of a premeditated campaign of biological terrorism. It's that blatant. What could you possibly have to offer me this morning? I'm sure every day you have to deal with things this monumental, don't you? And you're totally qualified. Oh, next, Ken asked me to meet Senator Ted Kennedy, who had to approve any new chairman on behalf of the Kennedy family. He came to see me in New York and told me that after his brothers Jack and Bobby were assassinated in the 1960s, the family divided their public legacy. Ted looked after the Kennedy Center and Jack's daughter Carolyn, the Kennedy Presidential Library in Boston. I have a simple rule with the Kennedy Center, he told me. I'll support you and make sure you get the funding you need from Congress. I'll support you even if you screw up. And anything you need here in D.C., call me and I'll make it happen for you. I had imagined there would be more political complexity in the process. Ted's promise pushed me closer to accepting. One more thing, I told Ted. I wanted Carolyn to get involved. She represented the next generation of Kennedys, but she never came to the Kennedy Center. He said he'd speak to her. A few days later, Carolyn called and we set up a meeting. I told her I wanted her to be the symbol of change and new life at the Kennedy Center. Ted Kennedy's dead, asshole. They murdered him. They strategically targeted him with directed energy weapons on fucking St. Patrick's Day. Did they want to replace one Mick for another? Unfortunately, they got the wrong fucking Mick, right?